What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is time for the World Cup Matchday 3 predictions, the final games before we get into the knockout phase. I do want to give a shout out to a couple new members real quick, as that is one of the perks of joining the members club. So shout out to Joel Beckman, Callan A, and Fadi Saber for joining the nearly 200 members in the TF90 Super Tipsters members club. I've had some people say that I should wait to do these predictions closer to the time, but I simply cannot because I'm so busy. Like I said, this is more like a hobby for me, this football channel that I put a lot of my spare time into, and if I don't make it today on Friday, I won't have time to make this video because this video is going out on Sunday and I'm very busy over the weekend. So I'm going to make this video, but also I will say this, even like results between teams that I haven't seen yet typically don't affect my prediction, because a lot of people would see an upset and think, your prediction is now wrong because of that upset, but my logic still stands, the statistics are still the same, and it doesn't typically change my prediction. For example, for Matchday 2, I've predicted Poland to beat Saudi Arabia, and I predicted that before Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. But I wouldn't change my prediction and now say that Saudi Arabia are going to beat Poland because they beat Argentina. Just because of that upset, I don't think things change. And as a matter of fact, on Super Brew, on the World Cup leaderboard, I'm actually #1 on the whole leaderboard in my randomly assigned group on Super Brew. I'm the best predictor out of everyone randomly selected for that league. It's just been a very difficult World Cup to predict, and I'm here for it. I am kicking myself, though, because for the last episode, I did have Uruguay and South Korea drawing, and I was going to stick with it, and then at the last second, I changed it to a Uruguay win by 1 goal, and I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't stick with my initial prediction of a draw. But we had Switzerland to win 1-0 against Cameroon, Brazil to beat Serbia 2-0. Some good predictions in there. Let's go again today. So look, there I am. I got the gold cap in that league. I'm first there. I'm third in Bluebird Legends League. You'll probably know who that is because they do prediction videos as well. And we're in the top 10% in the world, okay? So lay off me. I think I'm top 5% in the world, actually, for the World Cup. See, look, top 5%. So I'm not as bad as you think I am. Trust me. Obviously, it would be great to record these with hindsight, but I simply cannot. So Ecuador-Senegal is going to be a very, very tough one. I think Ecuador could give Netherlands a decent game, and I do expect Senegal to beat Qatar. Regardless, I'm going to go for a 0-0. Senegal, they're not as sort of fluent up front as you'd hope they'd be. And Ecuador, they're good defensively. They have low-scoring games. I'm going for a 0-0 draw. Fight me. It's all a bit of fun, and I could see a draw happening between these two teams. And if Ecuador managed to get a point from the Netherlands, that would be enough to see them qualify through to the knockout stages. Netherlands, Qatar 3-0. We do not need to stay on that one for very long. I'd go Netherlands -1 handicap at probably around about 1.5 odds. Or Netherlands halftime, full-time, whatever suits your fancy. Qatar aren't going to get any points from this World Cup, as predicted by me at the beginning. I don't care how much bribery people think Qatar are giving. They are not good enough to perform in this World Cup. Moving on, we have Iran up against USA. Now, Iran, they are not... Well, they shouldn't be as bad as England made them look, but then again, England did make them look pretty terrible. USA need a win here. I'm going to go for it I think Iran can definitely get a result against USA, but I haven't backed USA to win a game yet this World Cup, so I'm going to give it to the Americans. 2-1 against Iran. Wales, England. I think England are going to win this one. I'm going to go 3-1. We'll give Wales a goal. They played well in that second half against the United States, but England, I think, are going to win this group because England are better than all the teams in that group. Australia, Denmark. This one's going to be straightforward for me. I'm going for a 2-0 win to Denmark. I don't rate Australia. I said they were bad. I'm surprised they even scored. But then again, France were pretty much asleep. Tunisia, France. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to France. I think, again, France are just so much better than Tunisia. Tunisia, I predicted they'd beat Australia, but I think France are another level above the likes of certainly Australia and even Denmark. So I'm going for a 3-0 win to France there. Poland, Argentina. I'm not going to read too much into the Argentinian loss, okay? Argentina are going to beat Poland. Not going to be crazy. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Argentina. I think they've got it. I think Argentina are still going to make it past the round of 16. They're still a good team. And let's not get sensational about it. They played well against Saudi Arabia. They could have been up about 4 goals at the end of the first half. And then Saudi Arabia made the comeback. They had the belief. And cracking goals too, by the way. Argentina are going to beat Poland there. Saudi Arabia, Mexico. Similarly, Mexico are better than Saudi Arabia. I'll give Saudis a goal. I'm going for a 2-1 win to Mexico in that fixture. Afterwards, we've got Canada up against Morocco. This one's a really difficult one. I really rate Morocco, but I think Canada are a really good team. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between the two teams there. Hopefully Canada find their shooting boots soon. Otherwise, they'll never score in the World Cup. Croatia, Belgium. This is a difficult one because Croatia, they're decent, but they didn't really... Look, they drew 0-0 with Morocco there in that fixture. And Belgium were fairly fortunate to get away with the 3 points against Canada, albeit expected to in the beginning. They made tough work of it. Canada made them work for it. That was a big win for Belgium. And I'm just going to shade Belgium again. Croatia couldn't score against Morocco. I think Belgium can just get the win here. I might even change that to a 1-0, you know, because there haven't been many goals in this tournament. But ignoring that, Costa Rica, Germany, I'm going for a 4-0 win to Germany. Obviously, Spain scored 7, but Germany, Germany could score 8. But I'm going to go for a 4-0 win to Germany. So, you know what, let's be mental. We'll go with 6-0 to Germany because Costa Rica are not good. Germany are good. And Japan are good as well. Moving on. I said that Japan are an unbelievable team. And in fairness, I said Japan would qualify in this group. I said Japan would qualify if they were in this group. Japan would qualify in this group and this group. What did I say about these ones? I think I said, yeah, certainly the 4 groups above them. I said if Japan were in those 4 groups, they'd qualify in all of them. And then it was unfortunate that they were in a group with Spain and Germany. Now, don't get me wrong. Germany kind of dominated Japan for large spells of that game. They just weren't clinical. But I just want it to be known how much I rate and respect Japan. Like I said, I think Japan would qualify ahead of Denmark in this group, ahead of Mexico and Poland in this group, ahead of these 3 in this group, and ahead of everyone except the Netherlands in this group. I think Japan are an amazing team. I think they can score against this Spanish side, but I'm going for a Spanish win. However, Japan, I think they can beat Costa Rica, and it looks like Japan might go through regardless, because if Japan beat Costa Rica, get 6 points, Germany would have to beat Spain, and that's going to be a difficult task for them. So I think Japan could make it through the group stage here. Ghana up against Uruguay. I'm just going to go for a 2-1 win to Uruguay. I think they were probably disappointed with themselves not to beat South Korea, but at the end of the day, I think a draw was a fair result. Luis Suarez looks slow, doesn't he? My goodness, he looks slow. He just got that kind of... he looks quite short and like round. He's got like that little short build. He just, I don't know. I could see him when he gets into retirement getting very comfortable, if you know what I mean. So I am going to go for a 2-1 win to Uruguay just for their quality to slightly shine through there in that one. South Korea, Portugal. I'm going to shade it to Portugal. I think Portugal just have enough. But my goodness, that last minute almost equalizer for Ghana, 3-3, when the goalkeeper just rolls it out essentially to the Ghanaian player. I didn't realize how much of a clear-cut chance that was, because on the broadcast we didn't really see it, but on the replays, Ghana should have scored. He slipped. He took it the wrong way. He fully slipped. He should have gone on the outside of his right foot to take it to the left side of the goal and just slot it home. That should have been a 3-3 draw. But I'm going to go for a Portugal win here over the South Koreans. Cameroon, Brazil. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Brazil, like I did in the first fixture here against Serbia. I think Cameroon, as an African team, they typically have lower scoring games. We knew that from AFCON. A lot of these African teams have low scoring games. So I'm going to go for a 2-0, which is fairly low scoring as far as Brazil is concerned. Serbia, Switzerland. I think they're going to be very, very closely contested. I think they're both good teams. And whilst they're both capable of scoring, I'm going to go for another 0-0 draw, following the tradition of a lot of the World Cup games comparatively to, say, the last World Cup where we only saw 1-0 draw. I've predicted a couple this time round. 2 in Ecuador, Senegal, Serbia, Switzerland. So those are my picks for this round of the World Cup. We have got Serbia 0-0, Brazil 2-0, Portugal 2-1, Uruguay 2-1, Spain 3-1, Germany 6-0, Belgium 1-0, Canada, Morocco 1-1, Mexico 2-1, Argentina 2-0, France 3-0, Denmark 2-0, England 3-1, USA 2-1, Netherlands 3-0. I've basically gone very heavy on the home sides, or to lose, basically, and saying that all these away sides will win. So, yeah, that is going to do it for my World Cup Matchday 3 predictions. And then we will, of course, get round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, final, all that good stuff. Who do you have winning the whole tournament? It's hard to look past Brazil, isn't it? But, hey, maybe England will surprise us. Nevertheless, that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and I will see you in the next video very soon.